Hi guys, it's Kayla, and this is going to be my September reading summary. It's very late, I know, but better late than never, right? So anyways, the first book that I read in September was Pandemonium by Lauren Oliver, which is the sequel to Delirium, and I did really enjoy Delirium. It was a 4-star book for me. As far as sequels go, I thought Pandemonium was pretty good. It had all the elements of an exciting story, kind of like The Hunger Games or any other typical dystopian book. I liked the characters, I liked the emotional arches of the story, how she set it up with the time contrast in this story. That was really interesting, and I liked the different settings, how she took us through different environments. I could really picture everything. She described it really well, and I also really liked a lot of the quotes that she used in this book. I thought they were really thought-provoking and beautiful. Now, one thing I wasn't really a fan of was the direction she took, especially with the romance. Just personally, I really liked it in the first book, and I liked seeing that relationship build and grow, and I was looking forward to more of that in this book. So I gave Pandemonium 3.5 stars, which means I liked it. Then I read The Power of Myth by Joseph Campbell and Bill Moyers. It's a conversation of theirs from a PBS series, I believe. It's like the significance of mythology, religion, all that kind of spiritual stuff, its impact on society and its importance, even in the metaphorical sense and not just necessarily a literal sense, that there is value in myths, stories, metaphors. These are powerful learning tools, and I guess how people kind of take that for granted these days. How we can go back to a spiritual way of thinking without conflicting with science or like new discoveries, without it being this limiting, oppressive thing. I was very pleasantly surprised by this book. There were times where it was getting a little too mystical for my taste. I mean, normally I'm not really into really religious things, but his interpretations were just so fascinating, his insight, and it was just really out of the box type of thinking, and I really appreciated his perspective. It just really opened my eyes a lot more and helped me be really appreciative of a viewpoint that was different from my own. Yes, it's always really awesome when you read a book and the author says what you've been thinking all along but never knew how to put into words. That's always a really great feeling. But I think it's just as rewarding to read a book that has maybe an opposing opinion to yours, and you don't necessarily have to agree with it completely, but you now at least understand it, and I think that just helps us be compassionate to each other and more connected. We just have to get connected, guys. Seriously. But anyways, one thing I absolutely loved about this book was that it's this older gentleman, and he seems like a very traditional person, and he seems very into religion and all that kind of stuff. And then he says something like this that I'm going to read to you in a minute that just makes me stop and be like, what? So Moyers would be like, oh, so you're saying this? And then Campbell would be like, no. And he would elaborate on that, and it was always really unexpected in a way and really refreshing. I loved his viewpoint. This isn't really an example of that, but it's just an instance where I had to stop and be like, is this guy really saying this? You know? It was just great in that way. All the gods, all the heavens, all the worlds are within us. They are magnified dreams, and dreams are manifestations in image form of the energies of the body in conflict with each other. That is what myth is. Myth is a manifestation in symbolic images, in metaphorical images of the energies of the organs of the body in conflict with each other. This organ wants this, that organ wants that. The brain is one of the organs. And I'm just looking at some of the quotes that I highlighted, and I highlighted a lot, so yeah, good stuff. The ultimate mystery of being is beyond all categories of thought. The thing in itself is no thing. It transcends thingness. It goes past anything that could be thought. The best things can't be told because they transcend thought. The second best are misunderstood because those are the thoughts that are supposed to refer to that which can't be thought about. The third best are what we talk about, and myth is that field of reference of what is absolutely transcendent. So I gave this 4 stars and I really enjoyed it. Let me know if you've read any of these books, and I'll see you later. Yeah, I don't know if I'm making any sense at all, honestly. Sorry, I like to switch places a lot. I'm like the Mad Hatter or something. Sorry, I'm so weird. Um, yeah. Let's have story time, guys. I'm gonna read to you. Except, I'm not a very good storyteller, and I have a terrible speaking voice. I'm just very happy that I do not have to sit on the floor anymore, because it's not very comfortable, and this is a nice, comfortable chair. Here's something interesting. Santa Claus was simply a way of cluing children into the appreciation of a relationship. What do you think about that?